Welcome back to another Honkai Impact 3 video. It's your homie Cody GT, and today my boys, what I wanted to go ahead and go over is the new announcements that came through, and the announcement is for the new focus supply that will be coming, I believe, tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. So if you go to your announcements and you go over to focus supply, there are 2 new weapons and a new stigmata set that are going to be coming with up rate. So that is exciting. We're going to be getting something new here. So with this new focus supply target, you're going to have the Isophillium, if I'm saying that right, and Nagamitsu, the bladesmith, who is rumored to have lived for 1,000 years, and then it gives you the backstory like they do with most of these weapons. During the event period, the focus supply drop rates will be increased for Isophillium and Nohim. So that is the top, mid, and bottom stigmata. During the event period, the 4-star weapon Ymir's Wrist, light and shadow and high frequency cutter, as well as 4-star stigmata Shakespeare, the ones that we had before, will all be added to the focus supply. Isophillium and 7th sacred relic will be alternatively featuring up drop rates. Captains can check the following schedule to get the corresponding up times for the different weapons. So 518 through 521, so yeah, that is going to be coming tomorrow. You are going to be able to go ahead and summon for the katana, the Isophillium, and 521 through 525 you'll be able to summon for the 7th sacred relic. Now I'm going to go over who these weapons are applicable for, as well as the stigmata set as also. So and then also on the supply content, you have the dual pistols, the hyper railguns, light and shadow, the katana, the cannon, Ymir's Wrist, and greatsword, 7th sacred relic. So you can go ahead and acquire those other weapons, 4-star weapons. And then the stigmata butterfly of Yuki set, they have the Transcend Renaissance set, the Shakespeare one, and then they have the Russia one, the Sky Mender set, and the Emperor set as well. So those are the other 4-star stigmatas that you can possibly also pick up on this focus supply. So they have the the rates for the weapons and the other weapons and the stigmatas. So you have a 2.48% chance to get one of the uprate weapons, and then you have a 0.41% to get one of the other 4-star weapons. So if you're looking for, like, let's say the hyper railgun, it's not a great chance you're gonna get it. So but you may get lucky, who knows. And then these are the stigmata rates for them. So you have a 1.2% chance to get the focus stigmata, the banner stigmata, and then you have the other ones at 0.31% if you were looking for those. So the overall drop rate for the weapon is 4.96%, and the stigmata drop rate 7.4%. So more likely than not, you do a multi, the guaranteed one is probably going to be the stigmata. So keep that in mind when you go ahead and summon on this focus supply. Now I will go ahead over to the applicable characters for these weapons and stigmata, and then go over whether you should summon for them or not, if it's a good focus supply to go ahead and summon on. So if we go over to Valkyries and we go over, so we're going to start with the Isophillium. Now the Isophillium is applicable to the memento. So if you have memento, it is almost a must-have to have this ice katana, this Isophillium. So if you go over here to Yae Sakura, the memento, and then you go over to equipment, and there you go right there. So there's the Isophillium. So it is basically almost a must, because memento is a great Valkyrie. Memento is a fantastic Valkyrie, but she becomes top tier OP with this weapon. So I will say, if you have memento, it's almost, you need to summon on this focus supply. It's a must, and you have to get this weapon. So for example, I don't have memento, and what I'm gonna do personally, so this is gonna be my next video, is I'm going to do 2 multis. I'm going to do one for memento, and I'm going to do one for the focus supply. So if I get memento, fantastic. If I get the weapon, then I'm going to go hard to get the memento. So you can see they're just hand in hand. You have to have the weapon and you have to have Memento. They go together. So basically what makes Memento OP with the Isophillium is it generates a frost area with a radius of 3.5 meters, increasing the ice damage of all allies in range by 10% for 6 seconds. Enemies within the frost area will receive a bomb that explodes in 6 seconds. The bomb's explosion deals 220 ice damage. Also increases elemental damage by 5%, receives an energy charge every 5 seconds, causing the next attack to deal an additional 350 ice damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius, recovers an additional 200 kinetic energy when equipped on Memento. So this weapon was meant to go for Memento because you get a 200 kinetic energy back additionally, and all the ice damage that you do, where Memento is elemental ice. And the freezing, and just it just makes Memento an OP character. This is what makes Memento such a great Valkyrie. So I will say, if you have Memento, it's a kind of a must. And then you can see the stigmatas here as well. So this is the Nohim set. Now I will say the Nohim set is decent, but it's definitely not, I would say, top tier. You definitely don't need it, and Memento kind of benefits from a mix of stigmatas anyways, where you can get better benefits from that. So but if you do get all 3 sets, I mean, it's great. You can see it increases ice damage to frozen and slow targets, enhances chance to slow nearby enemies, and increases ice damage. So it's kind of set up for Memento. But by no means do you need the stigmata set, and by no means is the stigmata set like anything top tier. Like I mentioned, you can get away with a mixture of stigmatas that might even benefit Memento a little bit better. But that is for the Isophillium. So that is that. And then if we go over, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is Valkyrie Triumph. And if I go to Valkyrie Triumph and I go over here, yep, the 7th sacred relic right here. So if you go ahead and click on that, and it pulls up. Yes, did I click on it? There we go. All right, so 7th sacred relic. Now it unleashes 2 blade waves, one after another, dealing physical damage equal to up to, that's a weird way to say it, 25% of attack to enemies in their path. When the 2 blade waves cross paths, they explode, dealing physical damage equal to 200% of attack and stunning enemies for 4 seconds. So that's pretty cool. Sacred Rule increases attack speed by 30% for 4 seconds when attacking a stunned enemy. Cooldown 20 seconds. So it's a good weapon. If I pulled this, I would not be mad. Not only does it look really cool, but it has some benefits to it. Now, this weapon is not top tier, my boys. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. It's not. The stunning mechanic is great. The attack speed is awesome, especially for Valkyrie Triumph. And the up attack percentage is great also. So yes, there's benefits, but is it top tier? Honestly, it's not, but it is a 4-star weapon. It'd be nice to have. It looks fantastic. If I pull this, I will be happy. I won't be upset about it, because I love my Valkyrie Triumph and it's a focus of mine. And so if I have the weapon catered to her, it's fantastic. But the reason why I say that is because there are better 4-star weapons. So by no means should you hunt for this 4-star weapon. You shouldn't go deep for it. But it's still, it's still great. You can still use it if you have Valkyrie Triumph. It fits very well. And it looks really cool. it just looks really nice. So that is the 7th sacred relic. I will say the Isophillium is a better weapon overall, especially if you have Memento. You need to have it. It's just the top tier. And then no stigmatas for Valkyrie Triumph as far as the Nohim set goes. So those are the applicable characters for the weapons. The stigmata goes straight for Memento, but like I mentioned, you don't need that. So overall, my boys, should you go deep on this focus supply? No, I'll say that right now, no, unless there is an exception. You have Memento. If you have Memento, you need to pull until you get that katana sword, if you can. If if you have the crystals, you need to try and get that Isophillium, because that's what makes Memento, like I mentioned before, OP and over the top, and such a great Valkyrie. Without it, Memento's it's still a great Valkyrie, don't get me wrong. Memento will be a fantastic Valkyrie on anybody's account, but she's just not as good, and the potential won't be tapped out as if she had that sword. So if you have the crystals and you can, try and go as deep as you can. Hopefully you don't have to go that deep and you pull it right away. As far as the 7th Sacred Relic, that's not needed as well. It's not a must-have. You definitely can, you know, go without. Especially if you don't have Valkyrie Triumph or any Himikos, and obviously don't do that. And then as far as the Stigmata set, no, you don't have to go deep for the Stigmata set. It is not top tier. It's very niche. They're better Stigmatas, especially mixtures of Stigmatas that you can go with that are much better that you can go deep on. So overall, this focus supply is tailor-made for people that have Memento. Yay, Sakura. If you don't have Memento, you don't have to go deep on this. Do a few pulls, see if you get lucky, see if you pull another weapon you might be looking for, a different Stigmata, but you don't have to. As far as what I'm gonna do, like I mentioned before, I'm gonna do 2 multis, one on the Memento to see if I could get lucky and pull her, and then one on the focus supply and see if I can get lucky and pull any of those weapons. The Stigmata set I'm not really looking for. It's not a priority of mine. So that is the video, my boys. That is all I wanted to go over. The new focus supply that's coming, the applicable cares the weapons and Stigmatas are for, if it's good or not, and if you should pull. So if you found this video informative and you enjoyed what you saw today, go ahead and drop a like. It's greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed the content today and you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe for more content like this and so much more. Like I mentioned, tomorrow I will be doing a summoning video, so be on the lookout for that. And if you do subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell to stay notified every time I upload a video like this. But I'm gonna get out of here, my boys. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out.